The hotel sits just off an old interstate. Quiet, slightly run down. And usually forgotten except by overnight travelers who don't want to drive another hour in the dark. My name's Andrew, and I work the night shift, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., 5 nights a week. Just me and whatever wandered in after midnight. It was never exciting. A few check-ins, cleaning the coffee station, balancing receipts. Sometimes drunk guests, sometimes tired families, occasionally weirdos, but nothing really scary. Until the man showed up, he looked not quite homeless, but not clean either. Long coat, pale face, asked quietly, "Is room 108 available?" That question made me pause. We didn't have a room 108. Our ground floor went from 101 to 107, then skipped straight to 109. I told him that. He didn't react. Just stood there a moment, nodded slightly, and said, "Okay, I'll come back tomorrow then." He walked away into the night, no car in the lot, no Uber called, just disappeared into the trees behind the dumpster like he belonged out there. Next night, same time, 2:17 a.m., he showed up again. Same coat, same sunken face. "Room 108, he said. "Is it open yet?" I told him again. It doesn't exist. But this time, he looked at me differently, like I was the one confused. He whispered, "It used to." Before I could say anything else, he turned and left. I checked the lot, empty. Walked out to the dumpster. Nothing, just cold wind and silence. I brought it up with my manager the next morning. She brushed it off, said maybe I was tired or someone was playing a prank. Ignore it. I figured maybe she was right. Sleep deprivation does weird things. But something about his face stuck with me, like I'd seen it somewhere before. Night 3. Same time, same man. "Room 108, he said. "I have a key." He pulled something from his coat, a brass key, old, scratched. I asked to see it. He set it on the counter. No tag, but engraved in the metal were the numbers. 108. Not our hotel branding. I asked where he got it. He said it was never returned. When I looked up, he was gone. The key, too, just vanished between blinks. I reviewed the security footage. Between 2:16 and 2:19 a.m., the front door camera glitched. A second later, I was alone again, staring at the screen. The glitch wasn't a flicker. It was a black void, like someone had unplugged the entire system. No entry, no exit, no trace. I searched the hotel blueprints in our files. Weirdly enough, early schematics from 1997 listed room 108 between 107 and 109. It was crossed out in red ink. Underneath the crossout was a handwritten note, sealed after incident. "Do not assign, do not discuss." The signature was smudged. No initials I recognized. I brought the blueprint to my manager. She grabbed it too fast. Folded it, said, "Drop it. Focus on your shift. No one asks for that room anymore. That anymore stuck in my head all day." So did the look in her eyes. Not annoyed, but nervous. Like she knew something I didn't. That night I watched the lobby clock. At exactly 2:17 a.m., he walked through the doors. No noise. No wind. Just him and that key in his hand. He stared at me for several seconds. "They locked it," he said calmly. "But I never checked out, so I'm still a guest, right?" I asked him his name. He hesitated. "Charles," he said. "Charles Hale." I typed it into our system. No match. But something in the screen glitched. The guest list flickered. For a split second, room 108 appeared with a check-in date, July 18th, 1999. No checkout date. Then it disappeared again. He leaned forward, said quietly, "You should see what's behind the vending machine on the first floor." Then he walked out the front door without opening it. I checked the machine after he left. It was bolted to the wall in the hallway outside 17, but one panel behind it had a strange gap. The wallpaper seam was split. I peeled it back, behind it, a sealed door frame, wood planks, and nailed to them an old rusted number plate. 108. I stepped back, heart racing, took a photo. But when I looked at the image on my phone, there was no door, just solid drywall. The next night, I didn't sit at the front desk. I stood in the hallway, waiting by the vending machine. I wanted to see if he came. 2:17 a.m. sharp. He appeared beside me. I didn't hear footsteps. He just ... was there. "Saw it," he said. Not a question. Statement. I asked what happened in that room. He replied, "They said I checked in, but never left. But I did leave. Something else stayed." He pressed the key into my hand, cold, heavy. My palm burned slightly where it touched the brass. "You're the new desk man. It wants you next." He vanished before I could ask more. The camera caught nothing, but the hallway light flickered as soon as he disappeared. The next morning, I called a contractor friend to scan the wall with a thermal imager. Behind the wall, in the shape of a room, heat moved. Like a living person was walking inside a space no longer supposed to exist. The contractor asked no questions, just packed his gear and left. I didn't tell anyone else, but I started having dreams. Same hallway, same door. Something banging from the inside, whispering, "Open it. I'm ready to leave." The dreams got worse. In one, I was at the front desk. The hotel was empty. Phone rang. "Room 108, said the voice. "Need towels?" And air. Woke up sweating, turned on my phone. Voicemail had come through at 2:17 a.m., no number. Just a raspy voice saying, "You heard me?" I didn't sleep the next day, just paced my apartment. At work, I told the bellhop about room 108. He looked pale. "You saw him," told me a story. Years ago, when he started, a guest named Charles Hale had checked in, but never checked out. Room 108. Police searched the room, found his shoes by the bed, TV on static, and a handprint inside the turned-off bathroom mirror. Room 108 was sealed weeks later after another guest accidentally got assigned there. She screamed for hours, said someone was in the walls with her. That's when they bricked it up behind the vending machine, officially removed it from the system, swore the staff to silence. But the system never fully let go. Every few years, room 108 appears again, glitching in, checking someone in who shouldn't exist. The bellhop said they weren't supposed to talk about it. They'll fire you, or worse, just ignore him. He only comes to those the room chooses, but I couldn't ignore it. That night, I tried to unplug the entire reservation system. Didn't matter. At 2:17 a.m., room 108 reappeared again. Not just in the computer, it showed up on the hallway map screen in red. With a blinking notification, "Late checkout requested." No one else saw it. I walked to the vending machine hallway. It was freezing. The light above room 107 buzzed violently. A shadow passed behind the sealed panel. I held up my phone, recording. The shadow paused. A hand pressed from inside the wall. 5 fingers, long and wrong, like they were reaching backwards. Then the hand slammed. And from inside the drywall, a muffled voice screamed, "Let me out. He wants me to check out. Please, let me out." I ran. I couldn't breathe. Behind me, I swear I heard something scratching at the inside of the wall like nails dragging down tile. I hid in the supply closet until daylight. When I left, the hallway looked normal again. But the vending machine was unplugged and dripping condensation. I showed my manager the camera footage. She didn't even flinch. Just said, "Don't investigate things that aren't your job. If the room wants you, it'll tell you." Worse, she knew about the voicemail too. Said if he's calling, you need to listen. It's rude to ignore a guest, even the ones who've overstayed. I didn't go in the hallway that night, but the front desk phone rang exactly at 2:17. I didn't pick up. It rang 108 times. After that, every phone in the hotel started ringing. Housekeeping, pool, fitness room, all at once. When I picked one up, I heard breathing. Nothing else. Tried to leave mid-shift. My car wouldn't start. My keys were missing. Front doors refused to open. It was like the hotel sealed me in. The night turned cold, even with the heating on. I stood in the lobby, shaking. Behind me, the elevator dinged. It opened, and no one was inside. But the panel showed a stop on a non-existent floor. 1A. It wasn't in the blueprints. It's the only thing between floors 1 and 2 was room 108. I got inside the elevator. Despite every instinct telling me not to, I pressed nothing. Moved on its own. Down, down. Past 1. Past the basement. When the doors opened, the hallway was dark. Wet footprints led down red carpet. Room numbers peeled off the walls. At the end, 108, freshly painted. The door was slightly ajar. I stepped closer. Inside, I could hear the shower running, and a voice humming a lullaby I didn't recognize. I pushed the door open. No one was in the shower. But the mirror was fogged, and written in the condensation was, Finally, the door slammed behind me. I spun around, so the room was suddenly clean, made up like someone just checked in. On the bed, the old brass key. I picked it up. It was warm, throbbing, almost. Then I heard it. Slow, dragging footsteps from the bathroom. I whispered Charles. The light flickered. The bathroom door creaked open. A figure stood inside, wet skin loose and gray, eyes fully black. It smiled and said, "Not Charles." I backed up. The air got thick. I couldn't breathe. The floor felt soft, like it was pulsing. The figure stepped forward. "You opened it. That makes you next." I turned and ran for the door, but there was no knob. It's a smooth wall. The room wasn't a room anymore. It was closing in on me. I screamed. The ceiling dropped inches. The lights burst. I collapsed, crawling toward the bed. The sheets now looked like skin, stretched tight, twitching. Then I woke up. In the supply closet, my shift ending. Everything normal. My phone had a new voicemail, timestamp, 2:17 a.m., no number. I hit play. Charles' voice, clear this time. It doesn't let go. "You're checked in. We'll check out when someone takes your place." Called out sick the next night, then the next. I quit a week later. A week called every night, asking if I'd return. I didn't. But I still hear the phone ring at exactly 2:17 a.m. every night, even when I turn it off, even when I unplug it. The other day I walked past the old hotel, looked completely normal. But for a split second, I saw someone staring at me from behind the vending machine. A bellhop I didn't recognize messaged me on Facebook. "Did you work nights?" I said yes. He replied, "He's asking for you. Says you owe a checkout." I ignored him, blocked the message. That night, I woke up to the sound of a key turning in my front door. But I live alone. No one was there. But on the floor, a brass key. 108. My palm burned when I touched it. I threw it in the trash. It came back the next morning, sitting on my pillow, cold again. The number's freshly polished, and now it hums, like it's waiting. I tried mailing it away. The package returned, unopened, with the label, "Guest not found." Room still occupied. I called the hotel. A woman answered. She sounded tired. "He's still asking for room 108, but, you know, the rules. You started it." I moved cities, changed phones, but the same number still calls me. 2:17 a.m. every night. I don't answer. But the voicemail keeps getting longer. Now it's a full conversation. I hear him talking to someone, not me, saying things like he'll be back. They all come back when they're tired enough. The last voicemail ended with a whisper, "You forgot something in the room." I checked my closet, inside a clean hotel uniform, mine pressed and folded. There was a note pinned to it, in my handwriting. "Cover for me, just one night. Then you're free." My bathroom mirror fogs up every morning now. I don't use hot water. The word check-in keeps appearing in the condensation, no matter what I clean it with. Last night I dreamed of room 108 again, but this time I was already inside. And someone was knocking, over and over and over. I opened the door. No one there, but a reservation slip was on the ground. It had my name on it, and the check-in date was yesterday. My front door is locked from the inside now. I can't open it. I can't get out. The walls are shifting. I swear they're closing in. There's a phone in my room now. It's not mine. Just an old rotary phone. And it won't stop ringing. Even when I rip out the cord. Tonight I'll answer. I know who it is. I know what he wants. The only way out is to check someone else in. You've read this far. That means the room knows you now. You know the number. You know the guest. And the next time it calls, don't answer. Or it'll know where to send the key. And you'll be the one he keeps trying to check in.